Please start now. 3, 2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us?
Putting a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is Rift Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Oh my God. Yeah, I changed the background.
Yes, you did.
Good evening, everyone, for a night with Nikie on Raven's Flock. So, yes, I don't have big headphones over my ears. I got little ones in my ears. Sounds funny when you talk, but that's okay. Nobody else can hear except for me. So, welcome, everybody, to Raven Swans Flock on the RNN network. And, of course, with our wonderful monthly host here, Nikie from Restore Beliefs. Welcome, Nikie.
Hi.
Yeah,
How you doing?
she sounds like she swallowed a frog. She has a frog in her throat. It's trying
But
to
I'm here.
escape. It hasn't escaped yet, but it's working on it.
But I'm here.
No.
Feeling better.
Yeah. So let's think. All right. So for those of you just tuning in, if you're on Facebook and you can't seem to get anything but Facebook guest, it's http double dot backslash chat.restream.io /Facebook. Okay.
You did good.
Oh, and for those of you guys that are unaware, we are on Spotify. We're also on Spotify for podcasters as well. So that's pretty freaking awesome, I'll tell you.
Agreed.
Excited about that. It's a little bit to do it, but that's okay. So tonight is a night with Nikie. So let's see. Welcome, Chris, Hillary. Welcome, Haley. Yes, I will get back to reading sooner or later, but tonight we have different out of the world topics.
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
Yes, we do. We're talking ETs tonight.
Yes, we are. I can hear him in the background. True crime mysteries beyond the veil.
Good evening. Hello.
Oh, yeah. Well, hello. So how you doing? So tonight we're going to talk a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And usually Nikie starts off and then my brain starts kicking in, or she channels, I channel. And sometimes we switch topics 20 times. But
Very true.
We have a general road we're going to go in on this. So come join the fun with us tonight. It's going to be hilarious. So how are we starting this night?
Well, I kind of wanted to talk about the fact that there's so much derogatory fear factoring into what the government is talking about regarding ETs and not of this world ships
Yes.
coming in, and they're pulling fear factor. And I'm calling bullshit. I mean, there's no other way to say it without, I'm getting blunt,
Yes.
without
Bull
saying
Becky.
anything really derogatory. I mean, what they're doing is they're setting it up for a major fear factor, and that's not okay in my book. They've been doing
No,
it
it's
for a
not.
while,
Yep. They have.
and I call BS because it's the kind of stuff that's actually taking place in the field. The ships that they do have, that they did display,
Yep.
I honestly don't believe that those were true ET ships. I believe those were the reverse engineered ones. Sorry.
Yes.
um,
I 100% agree with you
yeah,
that a lot of the things that the government do have to do with reverse engineering. I
yeah,
mean, there's no way we can go from a computer that's like bigger than like the screen that you're seeing me on
yeah.
into something this big without reverse engineering something. Sorry.
So what I know as an ET abductee,
Yep.
since toddlerhood, and I've been on. Hey, Hallie. Hi, Sandra. I've been on ET ships throughout my lifetime. I remember a number of them. Um, the ones that I have been on, the outer shell, um, outer husk is the phrase that I keep popping into my head, but that's just because I'm not quite fully 100% right now. But anyway, the outer shell of the ships are solid. The inner ships are they're literally morphing metal. Um they will, you think it consciously, that's what it'll turn into. I've seen hybrid children decide that they want to run up a flight of stairs, and the ship will literally create a set of stairs that divides off into two sections, and the child will run up the stair. It's what they want, that's what they get. And I've seen adults do something similar. I've seen infants. We're not talking human children. We're talking a combination of ET combined with human, where they have literally jumped out of somebody's arms. I've had an infant do this myself, where they've literally
Wow.
jumped out of the person's arm and grab on the second they think, while they're in flight, fraction of a second, whatever it is that they are thinking, it literally, the ship morphs into, so that and I'm like, this is beyond human comprehension. I mean, it's mind altering, mind bending.
Right.
So that said, the ships that are being seen by our government, by other governments, have the ability to do a wide range of things. Not all ships are like that. I understand that. However, there are ET ships that do come in. They're some of the really small ones can be flown by a human child,
Yeah.
because they're literally being trained by the ETs how to consciously fly those ships. Okay. So, and they will pop everywhere. It's because the child hasn't been taught and trained. Okay, this is how you do it. This is what you're going to do. We want to test you on it. And there's a process. So, the ships, a lot of them that are being seen by the government, that are caught, that are not shown to the public, yeah, those are probably most likely going to stay hidden by the government. The ones that they're showing are not, they're human designed ships. They can speed, but I don't believe, in all honesty, I don't believe one hand of the government knows what the other hand of the government is doing regarding the reverse engineering. And the ones that don't know it are not going to believe it because they're so based in a very specific kind of science that doesn't go beyond human sciences. Whereas the ones that are doing the reverse engineering, they're into all of it. They know what the heck is going on for the most part. They've been doing it. And there are ETs that do work with humans. Hello, I'm part of I've been taken by 3 different races of ETs. One of them works with the frickin' government. Not happy about that. I've never been happy about that.
Yeah.
I have very major choice words that we will not say publicly. But here are the facts as I know them based on what I have witnessed and experienced. They're not going to be facts for everybody because everybody's experience is, unfortunately, many experiencers cannot scientifically prove how the ETs are doing things because the ETs will not allow the their science to be coming down through the pike through the human abductees. You're not going to get a piece of the ship. You're not going to get a picture. They won't freaking allow it.
Yeah.
And the abilities that a lot of the ETs have can screw with a person's mind. They can screw with our technology because they're higher advanced in their higher consciousness and their energy field work. And so, and I'm try to do this with a blocked up nose. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
No, I want to do this because this is an important subject and there's a lot going on right now. So
I just have to announce real quick
Yeah.
that we are not live on Facebook at all. For some reason, it's not allowing the connection to go through. So
how
we
interesting.
just have YouTube. So all the Facebook. So anybody that normally does watch over on Facebook,
Hey,
just
Amy.
copy the link and share it over to the Facebook page, and people can find us over here on YouTube. I'll figure it out after the show. So I just wanted to say that. Hi, Howie. Hey, Amy. Hello, Sandra Shop. So, and I have no idea what's going on, but it's been a weird day here.
It's been a weird day for me too.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So there's a lot involved in Julia, I'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
There's a lot involved in this and figuring out the truth versus the BS that is being put out and that is being put out by others. There are certain people that have been in ufology for 20 or 30 years.
Yeah.
And they're putting out, and some of them are putting out information. Oh, ETs are bad. They're this, they're that. And then you get others where it's all woo woo, where they're all super good. No, listen, there are what I call good, bad, and indifferent ETs. That's how it is. There are ETs that are really good, really loving, really caring, very high consciousness. Then there's ones who, it's just like with humans. There's good.
It's the same
thing. It's the exact
good
same
and bad
thing.
in everybody.
Correct.
It doesn't matter what nationality or race you are. There's good and bad in everybody, and it's the same way as far as our outer planet relatives, so to speak.
Yeah,
there's
very
good
much
and bad
so.
in everybody.
And there are ETs that are on this planet. There are hybrids.
Yep.
There are ETs that are on the planet. There are hybrids on the planet. And I forgot and left my TV up. Hang on a minute, so we get flashes.
There's also some shifters and people that
I've seen
part of the the reptilians that just want to live. Like I said, there's good and bad in everybody. They cover, and some people are able to see or there's certain smells of chemicals that will
Yes.
bother them, and their cosmetic cover kind of blows.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are, and okay, the reptilians have got a bad rap because there are some reptilians are good, and then there are
Yep.
some that are just deplorable.
Yep.
So it's the same thing, and all I hear about is how reptilians are awful. No, not all of them are, and there are so many different like subsections or subspecies of or hybrids, I guess is what you'd call them,
Right.
of different sections of, because you've got the Dracos, which are at the top, and then you've got the different reptilian species going down through the line. They're all different levels. And then there are ETs who are shapeshifters. I've seen shapeshifters in front of my face. It's a mind bender. And they, I don't even know where to begin with them. They're so protective of their own, of their families, just like
Yes.
we are as humans.
Yeah.
They're very protective. Oh my God, very protective. And then I've been around ETs that are 8 to 9 feet tall, and I'm looking to my right because I keep thinking of this memory that, and it's the biggest, most predominant memory that I've got, where this female was somewhere between 7 and 8 feet tall, and it was a female, and she was part reptilian, but she was part something else,
Right.
and her knees came out and then they bent backwards,
Yes.
and this was where her knee socket was back behind me.
Right.
And then it came down, and then it came down into another ball and joint socket, and then back into a, so it's like her leg came out like this, bent backwards, came forwards, went back again, and then came down into a foot. So, and I've tried to draw that. I can't even begin to,
Right.
I can't get the drawing right.
I can't draw, so
Yeah, I have to have somebody that has to come to me.
sorry.
I
All right. So we
don't
do
know
have a
who
few
that
things.
is.
Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
Christian Sibley, I don't know who that
I don't know
is.
who that is. Is a Planet X? Is there a Planet X? And it's
Debris,
debris, or is this
disinformation.
Hmm.
Is there a Planet X and it's debris, or is this disinformation?
Yeah.
I don't know about the Planet X part of it. I do know that there's a planet called Mobius. I've been on it. It's on the other side of the sun. We can't see it. I honestly, I don't know about now Planet X. That's what the humans are calling it.
Okay.
That I do know. I don't know anything about it in regards to what information is coming out about it. I'll have to look it up and get back to you. Julia messaged me privately on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
And
who is Christine Sibbles? I'm not sure who you're talking about.
Christian, I think is the, yeah, Christian. It's a man, Christian Sibley. I've never heard the name.
I've never heard of him.
I've never heard the name.
Right.
Is he legit? Matter of fact, I've got this up and I can actually
Well, while you do that, we'll
yep,
pull up.
I'm done.
Oh, that was quick. Okay. I've never heard of the individual.
Well, supposedly he's on Facebook.
I don't know who he is.
I'm not getting anything off of him.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because I normally get all kinds of info. So anyway,
Yeah, I don't know who that is, huh?
Neither do I.
All right. So Amy Collins says has a comment up here. I plopped it up here on Facebook for you.
The
I mean,
Orion
YouTube.
Mintakian
Yes.
Draconian hybrids. Those are
Yes.
the ones to run. Yes, Amy. She's exactly right.
Okay, so explain to everybody who they are.
Draconians are the original. I just got a brain fart. Sorry. They are the Draconians are the original race of the reptilian. They're the ones that are the big guys with they remind me of a crocodile on 2 feet
Wow.
with really long tails. They're not the most pleasant from what I remember and from what I remember being told. And the stench, I do remember the stench because somebody put a memory in my head of what they remembered. Not nice. And all I remember really is nastiness. I'm trying not to use the word evil, but nastiness and high stink. Really, really stinky.
Wow.
But I gotta go back in. I can't scroll back up. How can I scroll? Oh, there you are.
Oh.
Scroll back down to Amy. Where is? Why didn't that come through? Oh, there it is. Got it. Okay.
That one?
Yeah. Mintakan. Yeah, the Orion Nebula is one where a lot of different folks, a lot of different ATs come from. I'm not an expert on that. That one would be she has more memories than I do about different things like that.
Right.
But she's exact. I do know that. What she said is
I've got
correct.
headphones on. Do you keep hearing a male's voice?
I heard
Twice.
JR. I heard JR.
He's in the other room, and this microphone, there's no gain on.
Oh, that's interesting.
So in order for you guys to hear me, I have to talk close to the mic.
I'm going to tell you something. I had a gentleman. I had a gentleman who came to me on the 22nd, 21st or 22nd. I have it written down. And I'm like, why do I recognize this name? I mean, I got the first name, and then like a couple minutes later, 2-3 minutes later, I got the last name. And I'm like, who the heck is this? And I go to look it up last night.
Yeah.
Come to find out it's an actor who died in September. And I'm like, well, that explains why I've been wanting to watch Harry Potter for the last 2 days, because they've been putting it in my head. And I'm like, well, honey, if you want to come talk to me, explain. Okay, Julia, you have to say what it is that he's explaining. She's saying Christian is explaining this book, saying it's legit. You have to explain a little bit. The Lands of Custodians World Under the Great Dome by. I've never heard the book. I've never
heard of it either.
Lands of Custodians Worlds Under the Great Dome. Okay, there's a lot of information out there. Okay, you want to talk to Samantha, somebody like a lady named Samantha Mowat. You want to talk to R. Keith Andrews. Those are 2 names that I know that are legit when it comes to ET races and all the information that they know of. I'm the most curious chimp today. Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine, sweetie.
No, really. Okay. Questions are good because for some reason we're not on Facebook right now. Like I said, we're having a connection issue, and I keep trying to check it out to figure out what's going on. But from everything that I know, from what I have heard, okay, and again, I'm not sure if this is coming from spirit messages or the other type of messages. I don't know. But what I have heard, I think Nikki's probably sneezing or something because we're looking at her ceiling. So from what I have heard, are you okay, Nikie?
I had to blow my nose.
Oh, okay. All right. So, from like I said, from what I have heard, there is like the government themselves, and again, this is what I've heard. The
Sorry.
government is actually going to start releasing like ET type stuff to make it look like it's something that's just happened, but this stuff has happened a long time ago. I mean, they have been here for an extended period of time already, but the government's trying to make it look like this is something that just happened. This is an invasion. Ooh, be scared. They're putting that scare tactic in when it's not actually like that. I mean, this is the information that I've been getting.
Mm-hmm. That's accurate.
Okay. Uh,
Amy, Mintakan is a type of Orion. The Mintakan Draconians were the ones that committed genocide on the Lyrans. Oh, God. Sorry, Amy. I'm mispronouncing this badly. Elura. She's right. Although I do know one person that might disagree with her, but from bits and pieces of what I remember, I know she's correct.
huh. See, I don't get names. I get numbers.
I know. And see, I've got a wide range of lifetimes that I remember. So many that
Right.
some of them kind of, especially as an ET, because I remember lifetimes as an ET. I've been in ET wars, people. There were ET wars thousands of years ago.
Huh.
I've been in hand-to-hand combat. There are things that I remember. There are weapons I remember. Then there are weapons that I remember using that 10 years ago. In this lifetime, I've had my hands on the weapons that the tall female ET, the 7 to 8 foot tall one.
Right.
The men are 8 to 9 feet tall. The males, God, and they're nasty buggers. But she had a weapon that I remember using, but smaller in comparison, because she's giant. I mean, she's just giant. But yeah. So I have a lot of different lifetimes, and that's how I know that Amy is correct, because there are many different. Okay, somebody's yelling at me. There's something about that that's not quite right, is what I'm getting told, but the basis is there. That is correct. So I agree with that. No, thank you. I've been there, done that. Julia's saying you should go on Super Soldier Talk with James Rink. I know super soldiers. I know people that have done that. You've got to be really careful with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Really careful regarding the super soldier program info. SSP. If you want to look something up and you want to take a deep dive, look into Super Soldier Program, SSP. Quite
Now, when
the
you're
mind.
talking about that, are you talking about? I've had individuals like a long time ago where he has been abducted, and he was abducted to help with a war.
Yeah.
In other words, he was like part of the soldier. Is that what you mean by super soldier?
No, there's a program, deep government, like really freaking deep government. They work with the ETs, a specific faction of ETs, and they train individuals to be super soldiers. It's very wicked, and it's very they try to mentally break the individual down really badly. They create all kinds of altars, and I mean, there's you want to talk to Misha Johnston on that one. If you have if you look up Misha Johnston for something like that. Okay, host. I don't know. You're the host, but I'm assuming Howie is the one that's asking that.
What?
How do you feel about the government approach to ETs? It pisses me
That
off.
was
That's
me.
how.
I'm putting
Oh,
questions out in the chat room.
okay.
I'm putting
Um,
them out in the chat room to get some more conversation going, to help get
yeah.
some questions. So yeah, that's me.
I know how I feel about it. It pisses me off. Okay, see, here's the thing. As an ET abductee,
Right.
I'm 55 right now, okay? 5'5". I've been taken by the ETs since I've been 3 years old, okay?
Yeah.
Um, I've had experience via ET. I've had experience via ET and military.
Oh wow.
And that has done a major trip on me. I can't even it explains to me why I've gotten so pissed off about different things. So I know that because I've actually seen walking down hallways of ET ships, not human ships, ET ships, where there have been ETs walking with human in military uniforms.
Yeah.
So I am here to tell you it does happen.
Yeah.
I've been witness to that kind of stuff. So, no, I do not trust our government with one iota because of that. And they've been keeping a lot of stuff hidden. And there's not just our government does it. It's not just the US government does it.
Yep.
There are sorry, I got a hair on the bridge of my nose. It's driving me nuts. It's not just the US government that does it. You're looking at US, Russia, UK, I believe Canada is involved somehow, but I'm not exactly sure how.
Right.
Then you're looking at the Brazilian government. You're looking at Peruvian, I think. Excuse me. So yeah, there's a lot of different issues going on. Excuse me. And Julia's right. There are projects on our military bases that are so far reaching, so many levels down in the ground that it's mind bending. Now, okay, here's something to know about Amy. Amy knows a great deal regarding NASA information because she's done the extreme deep dives and has talked to them. So she knows her stuff.
Wow.
And
NASA
she's
only
saying,
has authorization to secret level, not top secret.
yes,
If they ever had access to anything, they had to pass it on to another agency. Wow.
yeah, onto other agencies because there are a number of other agencies involved.
Yeah.
And she's right. So,
And I sit here and it's like we're talking ETs, and I was having a conversation. I have the weirdest conversations with my man, and the movies, half the movies that have been out,
yes,
literally, it's like he says, like throwing them in our faces. But
yes,
what it is, it's actually stuff that's happening, and it's like they're putting it into make a movie about this, so this way
correct.
they won't think it's real. Make a movie
Hollywood,
about that, so they don't think it's real. Yes, so do this so they don't think it's real.
Hollywood. Sorry for interrupting.
That's
Hollywood
okay.
and those agencies like those in Hollywood have been doing this since the 30s. Go back in and look at the black and white movies. Not Man from Mars. I can't think of the name of it right now, but there's a number of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just you go back through our history, our global history. And it's not just Hollywood. I mean, a lot of different countries are doing it too. So,
Oh yeah.
You look into all of that, and it's quite a mind bender because you've got government ages like the agencies. Excuse me, ages. God. You've got government agencies supervising on certain sets to make sure that some information is not getting out there and others are.
Yes.
So you look at something like Stargate, the TV show Stargate. Now,
Uh-huh.
in a lot of the readings that I've done regarding that, there were different military on site for different sections. Now,
Yes.
I have had that validated by people in the know. Sorry, in the know. Stupid cough drops.
Sorry.
So it's well, at least my throat's not sore anymore. It's just
There you go.
stupid nose. But yeah, it's just it makes it really interesting.
Mm.
Oh yes, the V series. I'm rewatching V series, and that series described what our government is coming out with. Crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things that are. I mean, what was that? V was in what, the late 80s, or no,
Yeah, I think it was the late 80s where they
mid to
came
late 80s.
down and they supposedly have
Yeah,
like a skin suit, which you
yeah,
could almost call like how they shift
yeah,
and hybrid their form over their
yeah.
natural form. Yeah.
And the interesting thing is that not all ETs are telepathic.
No, they're not.
That's something, and I didn't make that realization until I don't know, about 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And then I had somebody go, "Wait a minute, Nikie, you can't be saying that because that's not accurate." And I'm like, "But that's what I know." And they're like, "But I can tell you definitively based on my own experiences." And this was somebody who's older than I am and has had vast more experiences than I have.
Yes. Yes, that's the series.
Yes, that's the one, Amy.
That's the one where they
V
eat a
series.
mouse.
Yep. It
Yep.
is the one where the ET pulls the mouse out of the dumpster and eats it.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, that's the one.
Yum.
Yeah, no. I don't, that's the one thing that I'm thankful I don't remember. I don't remember a lot of ETs eating, and I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah.
Because I'm here to tell you the ETs, some of the ETs that I remember, some of them do not have a stink. Others, however, reek to high heaven. Oh my God. You don't want to be upwind from them. You don't want to be downwind from them. So it makes a big deal. It's a huge deal, in fact. So,
Wow, they had a bad burrito, huh?
honey, it emits from their skin. It's gross. Ugh.
Yeah, it's so weird not to have as many people on as we normally do. But like I said, there is a definite issue with Facebook. I keep trying to reconnect and it will not, unable to connect on any Facebook page. So I am getting nowhere as far as that. I keep trying to reconnect, but it's not really happening. It's offline, unable to connect, blah, 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 blah. Oops. I don't know what the heck is going on with this. But yeah,
Amy
so
says
we have YouTube.
the grays are particularly smelly. Yes, they are. Not, but
Yeah,
I
I
do have to
smelled
say, not all of them. Not all of them. But
there
there
was
are
one
a few
that smelled
races.
almost like sulfate, like a sulfur, but I knew it wasn't demonic because I didn't get the energy of a demonic, but it smelled like sulfur.
Sorry, I'm trying not to do this on. So I hit the mute button. The sulfur, certain smells come from the kind of blood they've got. So, like with
Ah,
certain ETs, they've got blue blood. Some of them have green blood. Some of them have
yep,
red blood.
yep.
You've got copper blood. You've got I want to say nickel. That's not right. There's a certain metal, and I can't remember the name of it. So you get all different kinds of smelly stuff, and some of them you're just like, okay, that's it, I'm done, because they just stink.
Yeah. Yeah, she said the grays are particularly smelly. I'll put both of these comments up that the grays are particularly smelly and also
That's the
kind of
one
like wet cardboard that
they
got
got
peed
peed
on.
on. She's right.
Yeah.
Well, the baby gestation rooms, those are the ones that really smell.
Oh,
Oh my god, those are nasty. Um
hello,
Hello,
Miss
Lois.
Clark.
Hello, Lois. But yeah, they they're quite the group. Let's just put it that way. And then there's some that you don't smell at all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? I don't understand that. But I'm here to tell you, they don't like how we smell either.
Well, yeah.
And then there are ones that don't want you peeing on their ship, so they will bring you home so that you can pee in your own toilet.
I
and then
remember
take,
that. You
and then
told me
take
that.
you, yeah, then take you back. They're like,
When you gotta go, you gotta go. What are you gonna do?
it's like, you're not peeing on my ship. I'm like, well, then give me something to pee into, man.
Oh, what? They don't pee?
No, they pee. They go to the bathroom. I'm like,
Uh,
well, why don't you? That's a whole nother subject. Anyway,
yeah.
but they want that control. So
Very true.
that's
Very
what
true.
happens. Anyway,
Nikki's pulling
that's
this
quite
whole
this.
conversation tonight, and I'm sitting here still trying to fix the Facebook issue, and it doesn't look like the Facebook issue is going to get fixed, especially in the last 15 minutes of the show. So,
It's all right.
yeah,
It is what it is.
what it is.
Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna go out and come
What
back in.
is it with copper that some of them have an issue with?
They themselves,
Yeah.
they themselves have an issue with.
Some of the outer worldly beings have an issue with copper or being around copper.
The only thing that I can think of is that's like the Fae with iron.
Okay.
Excuse me. You cannot put anything iron around a garden. If you do not want Fae in your garden, which believe me, you want Fae in your garden because they
Right.
will help make things grow. They're usually very loving and caring.
So
Although
why
some
the issue
people,
with the copper, real copper?
I don't know.
That's
I
weird.
the only thing I can think of is it's got to be like the Fae. They could have an allergy to it. I do know that there are certain ETs that have allergies to our human pharmaceuticals. I do know there are certain pharmaceuticals that we can take and ingest as humans, but it will kill them. It will outright kill them.
Wow.
So, yeah, I had an experience with that once with one of my hybrid children.
Oh.
Maybe he lived on a diet of 100% fried eggs. Oh my God, Amy, that's good. Copper-based blood is in reptiles.
See, here
Stinks
comes that
horribly.
smell again. We're talking ETs, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks.
But it smells like sulfur?
No, this isn't sulfur this time. I just looked to check to see if my dog went to the bathroom.
Yeah, and your dog's not in there, right?
No, he's not. He's with Daddy, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, my sniffer doesn't work that good.
Well, then you probably have ET in higher consciousness around you.
I can hardly smell. I hate allergies.
Fae are our friends. Yeah, most people
Some
don't
are.
consider. Most people do not consider Fae our friends, and Susan's right. Raven's right. There are Fae that are really good, and they are our friends. And then there are Fae that I've come across that are like, "Whoo! Don't piss them off, man.
No,
Don't get on their bad side."
And it's the same thing as human beings. It's literally how you approach them, how you respect them. And it can be said with every particular type of species. So, yes. Copper-based blood is in reptilians and stinks horrible, she says.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's right.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
a guy at a gym I attended always smelled so dang bad. It was the worst smell ever. He was not totally human. Everyone wanted him gone. So fur kind of smell. Okay, now that's from if they're human, then that can come from their intestines, and it literally permeates their skin.
Oh wow.
And it's because they're not digesting their food properly. Their liver, gallbladder, and
Mhm.
intestines need to be checked. So when you get somebody like that, and they don't necessarily have to be a hybrid. I mean, you can have a
Exactly.
human who has some very severe form of medical problem that could be going through that. Adrenochrome from no,
Yeah, I wasn't gonna
no,
plop that one up.
no, don't.
Yeah.
That's not accurate.
Yeah.
You know, the ETs can get information from in science. They can pull. God, I can't use my words right now. I'm literally seeing a injection tube with a syringe
Yep.
and literally pull things out of a human or out of any subject that they've got,
Right.
test subject or whatever, and they can pull out whatever thing that they want. I mean, and use it for ingesting. So
Yeah.
doesn't mean that it's got to be what that said. So yeah, anyway, there's a lot of different subject matters that this can follow along. But the real reason why I wanted to talk about this is don't fall in line with the fear factor.
Yeah. Don't.
Because that is really being projected by a lot of people. And it's so full of crap. And the other thing is don't fall in line with all ETs are good and it's this and a woo, woo, woo. No, you get a mix of everything, just
Yeah.
like we are with humans.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
really where I wanted to go with tonight is
Yeah.
that it's such a big deal because there's so much crap out there. There really is. It's so much like Julie had said, disinformation.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful with the disinformation. And there are folks out there that are promoting that we're going to have quote unquote disclosure soon, and that this president or that president is going to be the disclosure president. Bull. U.S. government, based on, I mean, we've had more than 70 years. We've had 90 years
Yeah.
because it goes back to 1930, somewhere between 32 and 37. I can't remember the actual date right now. Anyway, I've got the number 91 stuck in my head. So it's got 91 years. Other
Right.
people say it's 80, and I'm like, no, I've seen some of the documents. It
Yeah.
goes
It's
back
before.
into the 30s.
Yes.
And the US government has been hiding so much information for such a long time. You actually honestly believe they're going to give up bit by bit by bit? No, they're setting up certain things that are going on right now.
Yes.
And they're preparing certain information to come out or to be leaked. I get that. I understand that.
Right.
But a lot of people, in the grand scheme of things, in the masses, they don't. And we need, as a community, to come together and put the word out and go, hey, this is BS. This is not accurate. This isn't right. You got to be careful. Got to be very, very careful with what's coming out. Grush, in my opinion, now this is getting political.
Right.
David Grush, in my opinion, came out and he is what he says he is and did what he said he's done and been around, and he's been threatened. Those are real. I mean, you can log those things in. That's a big deal in our community, in the world. That is a huge deal for somebody of his magnitude. Granted, it was things that he has seen, or different things that he cannot prove certain things, but he can prove what is taking place within his family, the fact that they were threatened, the fact that certain agencies, all these other factors, those can be documented and well proven. So the fact that we had somebody of that magnitude come out in the community is a big deal. Do not push that on the wayside. That's a huge deal. We need more people like him to come out, to stand their ground and to stand firm. That's the
and
only way this
that's
kind
the
of
hard
thing.
part, because
Yeah.
a lot of individuals that do come out will literally either be attacked or hunted.
Yeah.
That's not right. We're supposed to have here,
They're called
anyways.
they're
We're supposed to
called
have freedom of speech.
Yes. They're called targeted individuals, and if you're a
Yes.
targeted individual, you get a slew of garbage thrown at you.
Yeah.
And you're going to be, I mean, they're going to try to make you look like you're a fruitcake, like you're a nutcase, like
Yep.
there's something wrong. Yes, Julia's asking, do we have any benevolent helping us rid of the bad ones?
Yes.
Any benevolent ETs helping us rid of the bad ETs? Is that what you're asking? I don't know where to answer that one, to be quite honest. I know that there are benevolent ETs. I know that they are trying to do their best that they can. The main factor that the ET, that most of the ETs want, not all of them, but most of them want, is to get back into our higher consciousness and to raise our frequencies, to raise our vibrations.
Yes.
Quit allowing all the negativity to be dropped down and fight it. Get back into your spiritualism, get back into your asking, not just asking questions, but get out of the hate factor.
Yes.
Get into a love factor.
Yes.
And start projecting that. That is a big deal.
Yes.
Because the more you do that, the better off you will be in creating the right kind of frequency around yourself.
Yes.
It's about changing your frequency and about getting to the point to where you can actually
Exactly.
change things around you.
Exactly, Sandra.
Yes, it has
We
to
have
do
to
with us
start
choosing
choosing
differently.
differently.
Correct,
I mean,
Sandra.
literally, rather than competing against each other,
Yes,
we need to start building each other up. We need to start helping each other.
building
We need to
communities.
start raising each other's vibrations. It's not a
Be right back.
contest. It really is not a contest on who's better at this or who's better at that. It's about us getting up to that higher level, and the more of us that actually get up to that higher consciousness, that particular higher level, the better off we are going to be, and the safer things are going to be for us, if you can understand it that way. Bless you.
I fully agree. Yes.
Bless you.
Excuse me. So yeah, I mean, Sue's exactly right. You've got to, and we've got to create a better sense of community for each other.
Yeah, we
I
do.
mean, really, in the grand scheme of things, we really do.
I really agree there. So poor Miss Nikie does not feel good, Hill.
I'm doing better than I was the last 2
I
days.
am in charge. I want to see the world. Yeah, I agree. Oh God, hold on. I agree. I'm the change I wanted to see in the world.
Right on.
Okay. More Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
No, I'm a
No,
tea
me, I'm
girl.
out. It's empty. Sorry.
I'm a tea girl.
Not me.
I gotta
I'm a
have
Dunkin'
strong
queen.
tea.
Yeah. And I think that's what we should be doing. I think not only exchanging like ideas and thoughts, like we exchange a lot of different ideas and thoughts constantly. You and me, you never know what's literally what we're talking about from one week, one time to the next. But we really need to start picking each other up. We need to start lifting each other up. We need to start helping each other open up. You know, sometimes it's not always about the almighty dollar. Sometimes
True.
it's just about being there and helping someone else. We need to choose. What is this? We need to choose to decline what the bad ones offer. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, this is about coffee house blend. Coffee house blend from 7-Eleven is the best we can get. Uh, uh,
Uh,
let's
wow.
see. I fought a nasty bug with 10 drops of hydrogen peroxide in 1 liter of filtered water. Huh?
I had to be careful with that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Um, from 7-Eleven if I'm extra tired. Yeah. Strong stuff, is it?
Yeah. Well, see, yeah, with me, I'm a Dunkin' girl, so I brew it. I brew it nonstop. I can have ice Dunkin'. I can have hot Dunkin' right here. It saves me money. I just put it in. So that's my spoiling. Yes, we're not RNN does not get supported by Dunkin' Donuts, but let me tell you something. We should, because I drink enough of it.
Yeah, that's how I'm about my tea. I make my own. I make a stock pot of tea. I
Oh
don't. I
yeah,
don't. I don't buy regular iced tea anymore. I make a stock pot of it because I
yep,
like strong iced tea.
yeah, and that's the way we are. We're all different. Columbia River Thunderbread, no acid E. Hold on. See,
Thunder
now
Muck
we
blend.
go from ETs to coffee. We
I
did it.
know. You guys and your coffee. I'm like,
I
no, thank you.
know. Colombian River Coffee, Thundermuck blend, and no acid bite or tummy upset, no matter how much you drink.
That's good to know.
Ooh,
I know some people that would appreciate that, but I
yeah,
also know some coffee snobs. So
yeah.
living in Seattle or being around Seattleites, oh my god, you talk some hardcore coffee snobs. Oh my god, wow.
You mean like Starbucks
No,
coffee?
better than Starbucks. We're talking. They get these um they
Oh,
get
the
these
ones
one
that it
pound,
ships through the mail.
yeah, half pound, 1 pound
Yeah,
bags through the mail, and they grind their own beans, and it's
yeah.
like nobody touches that coffee grinder. Nobody touches my beans. I mean, oh my god, yeah, I know some
Oh my god.
hardcore folks that are like, wow,
Total
okay.
coffee snob. Yeah. Trust me, I get that too.
Much fun.
I'm having too much fun. We're talking about coffee. I know.
I love it when he's around and he gives you a kiss. I just
She
love
loves
that.
it when you give me a kiss. See, now she can talk about you and you can't hear her because I got these in.
I am so
Oh my
happy you
God.
guys are together.
Yeah.
It just
I kept
brightens
saying,
my
nope,
day,
not
man.
happen. Nope, 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 nope. Not interested, not happening. Nope. And they're done that cured.
Yeah, and I'm the one who went, hey, no, don't, because you got a guy coming in.
Yeah, that's what I kept saying. And this is all I could say. Lipton black tea. See, if I drink tea, it's gotta be Salada, but it can only be decaf. Here's the weird part. I drink coffee, right? I
Yeah.
cannot drink caffeinated tea. Caffeinated tea gives me heart palpitations,
Oh, how interesting.
but coffee doesn't.
Oh, wow, that's the first I've heard of that.
Yeah. Literally, it's my heart goes. I'm like, oh boy. So I don't drink tea.
That's funny.
I don't have that side effect with coffee. It's weird. All right,
Yeah,
guys.
I mix mine. I mix my black tea with orange tea and a bunch of other spices.
Orange Pico.
No,
There you go.
but
Earl
something like it.
Grey hot.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I like
little
my Earl
shot of
Grey.
God. For black tea is my favorite. I like raspberry tea. I like raspberry. I know now we're going from tea to coffee, but I like it iced.
I make my own red rose tea if I
Yeah.
make red rose tea, but that's a different subject. I
All
also
right,
do
guys.
herbal stuff.
Guess
Anyway,
what? It's 9 o'clock, and we had our little. Sorry that I could not get over on Facebook. I don't know what happened today. I'll have to go in and take a look at this after the show to figure out why, for some reason, my show get hit again with things not going the way that it should. That's okay. That's okay. Next week is let's see, we have Mr. Odell on Wednesday. What's going down? And then we have let's see, the Orion effect. We also have mystery behind the scene, behind the scenes on Monday. Now Halloween is on the 31st, so I was thinking of a couple of ideas for a
oh
goofy
yeah,
show. So we'll see if it actually happens, and I do have participants that do help me with this.
we should
so-
have RNN should have all of the hosts on one
Oh,
night.
I was thinking kind of like a Tales from the Crypt type thing.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
I'm
ow.
introducing, of course, dressed up, goofy, whatever, outrageously dressed up, and having the other RNN hosts saying some type of spooky Christmas, spooky Halloweeny tale. So I thought that would be really funny. I prefer Robbie's pronounced Robus, or Matt pronounced Matra.
Mate. Okay.
Matra.
Roy Boss or Mate.
Mate.
Yeah,
Don't
I
know
know
what
what
that
she's
is.
talking about. I get headaches from Roy Boss.
Ah.
And mate is very strong, depending upon if you're making it yourself or not.
I don't know what those are.
Yeah, they're teas. It's a form of a tea.
Ah.
Anyway, oolong. Yeah, I like oolong. It depends
All
on who's
right,
making it.
guys. Now we're gonna call it a night. I have to remember where I put the new ending for the RNN here, so that'll be interesting.
Thank
Oh,
you for
look,
coming and
I
visiting.
labeled it.
Oh, you can find me.
Yes.
Nikie Jacobs. Okay, Nikie Nikki .Jacobs .376 on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube. Restore Belief with Nikie. Angels Are Life.
Yeah.
And just like it says across underneath, my picture right now. And I can be reached on email at restorebelief2022@gmail.com. So that's how you can get a hold of me. And I'm usually on here every third Tuesday of the month.
We got muffed up because they had it oversized headphones, the computer blow up, and all
Oh
kinds
yeah,
of stuff.
she had all kinds of stuff going on, and I was like, I know we're doing today. If I can control the throat, we'll do it today. So
All right, so I think we're going back to Goofy, and then I think the beginning of the month, next month, we'll start the Tuesdays off with some readings. It's just been a
sounds
while
great.
since I've done readings for you guys, but I really do want to do something silly and goofy and make you guys laugh. So we'll see if I can get some participants from RNN to help.
There you
Pre-recorded,
go.
don't have to be here. Pre-recorded, guys. Okay.
Okay.
Peace.
Bye, guys.